Hello, everyone. My name is Hafeez Rahman. I'm head of pre-sales GCC Africa at Kaspersky. Uh, in today's presentation, I will be covering following topics: Kaspersky Automated Security Awareness Platform, Kaspersky Endpoint Detection Response Optimum, and Kaspersky Industrial Cybersecurity. Before I start, I just want to share a quick info about our global research analysis team. We call them GREAT team. Our threat research and GREAT team personnel are strategically placed across the globe. They provide supreme intelligence on all kinds of threats. And for Middle East region, we have dedicated security researchers, Mohammad Amin Hasbini and Mahir Yamut. Our global threat intelligence system, we call it Kaspersky Security Network, is fed voluntarily by 60 plus million users, including the research from our great and anti-malware research teams. The KSN, no doubtedly, is a backbone of our security products and the threat intelligence services and other services. Apart from the KSN, we also have our own web crawlers, bot farms, sensors. On top of that, we also add the intelligence which is gathered by our great team, our SOCs, our dedicated ICS cert. And we combine all this together and deliver it as a threat intelligence to our subscribed customers. So moving to the first topic of the presentation, which is Kaspersky Automated Security Awareness Platform, ASAP. Before we start, we need to understand why this product really exists. The slide itself explains pretty much of it. I'm pretty sure that that we have heard over 1 million times that the people are the weakest link in the security chain. And this is still true. An organization can build a very sophisticated, very advanced perimeter defense to protect against the advanced malwares and threats. But if the users are not necessarily trained on identifying or notifying about suspicious or malicious behavior, it makes easier for the attackers to manipulate the users, which are obviously unaware, to give up their passwords or click on phishing links or disclose some confidential information. When we look at the numbers, hundreds, millions, even billions of financial losses occurs when the unaware employee or the user sharing the password with the colleagues, opening phishing emails, clicking on the links, opening and downloading the attachments from unverified sources, etc. And this cost keeps increasing just because of the unawareness among the users. So a lot of cybersecurity awareness programs in the past and still some of them are considered very complex. There's too much content to absorb. Sometimes boring. In most cases, it is sometimes considered by the employee or the user as irrelevant to them. The courses or the content itself for such awareness programs links to like do's and don'ts rather than teaching how to act and what to do in a certain scenario. So a lot of information is pushed into the employees, which is hard for them to absorb, and also there is no way to test to verify if the employee or the user has really retained the information from the awareness session. And then the administrative burden, how to engage the people into the training, how to manage the training assignments, how to set the goals, how to make sure that the awareness program, the training that was done was successfully delivered. So simple answer is to all those problems is the Kaspersky Automated Security Awareness Platform. We call it ASAP. Which is completely cloud-based, includes predetermined learning efficiency for employees, users, and it greatly reduces the administrative burden on the administrator side by simplifying the entire training assignment and monitoring process. The curriculum is used in the system is universal. It includes wide range of topics, including email security, password and accounts, GDPR, confidential data, web browsing, social networking, etc. There are different lessons which user learns about. There are which they can understand, and they can, by learning this lesson, they can change their behavior and develop a more understanding when they find themselves into the such situation. So there are teachable moments in the lessons itself, which develops the skill of the employee or the user itself. So the lessons are transformed into skills by the means of reinforcement and revision. So every time the user completes a particular lesson, there's a small test to make sure that they have learned what's being taught or what's been shown in the lesson. And based on this, the user progresses to the next topic, etc. So once the training is assigned in the system automatically automates the entire learning path, where it ensures the skill retention by once the user starts the training. It does the reinforcement, a test, and then the similar to phishing attack. And based on that, if the user passes all the tests, the user progresses or the employee progresses to the next topic. If any of the area user fail, the system automatically reassigns the training to the employee, to the user, to refresh or understand the lesson in more detail. Then, as from the content point of view, the lessons are very interactive, and they are very short, not more than 2 to 10 minutes of a lesson. Very concise, very precise content, and easy to understand for the employee. The system, the content uses real life examples and test questions to give them and to help them to retain the knowledge and further strengthen their skills. From the reinforcement, the system automatically it checks the user knowledge so that they have not forgotten anything what they have learned in the previous lessons, and to verify that the users or the employees have really learned something, or they have really changed their behavior. The administrator can run a similar to phishing attack to the platform itself. As I said, the solution is completely fully automated. Regarding the enforcement part, the system uses Abhinav study principles, where the user the user knowledge is being tested based on different intervals to ensure that the user really have retained the knowledge what they have learned during their lessons. So typically in general world, if the reinforcement is not done, the people tend to forget what they have learned in just 2 or 3 days, and it will be problematic for the organization if the reinforcement is not done. So using this the study, Abhinav study, the system ensures the real skill development and prevents the employees from forgetting what they have learned. For the administrators, everything is available in a single dashboard. They can import the users or they can add specific users, and they can assign the trainings to group of people, add new users to our existing training program, pause the training, resume the training, and download the report about who is attending the training, who is learning, who is not learning, who is not paying attention, who lacks and the training. All this information is available on the administrator dashboard. From the enrollment point of view, the process entirely simple. The system automatically sends the invitation to the employees who have been added to the training program. There are weekly reminders for the employees. There are reports available for the administrators. And once the employee completes a particular lesson and passes the test, there is a certificate that is presented to the employee covering that topic. As I said, the system is it's a cloud-based system, so it means that it can be accessed from anywhere in the world. The system itself is very flexible, adaptive to the laptop and mobile devices. So it means the user can attend the training from any device or anywhere in the world. Then the customer reviews speaks itself in the Gartner Peer Insight, where the Kaspersky is recognized as the customer choice in the MEA and the APAC markets. So this concludes our ASAP topic. Now I'm going to start the Kaspersky Endpoint Detection Endpoint Detection Response Optimum. So before I start, I just want to give you a quick view about the core component in the EDR Optimum is the Kaspersky Endpoint Security, a single agent that includes the capabilities of patch management, application control, device control, protection against ransomware, protection against exploits, detecting the suspicious behavior and all that. All is delivered by the Kaspersky Endpoint Security itself. The EDR Optimum on the top of the Kaspersky Endpoint Security gives more visibility on the incidents or the threats that are being detected by the Kaspersky Endpoint Security. So the system reduces the overall cost of having additional management system or additional system to monitor or investigate these things. It's rather in the EDR Optimum is simple. It is done through the same endpoint management console. So EDR Optimum provides a simple tool for complete the investigation, quick response action to the complex threats. You can remotely isolate the computers. You can prevent the particular file from running, or you can perform the IOC scanning. The system, like I said, the EDR Optimum primarily relies on the Kaspersky Endpoint Security together. It collects the telemetry from the endpoint and sends it to the endpoint management server. And this is where the entire incident card is created, where the IT security administrator can view and understand about the threat that was discovered. And on the top, it's simple for the IT administrator to simply perform an IOC scan or trigger a response action. The best part about the system, EDR Optimum, is that it can be managed through the on-premises Kaspersky Security Center server or on cloud Kaspersky's Security Center Cloud Console. Adding up simplifying the entire response procedure, so you can, the security administrator can perform remote host isolation, prevent some executables which are found suspicious, remotely and perform IOC scanning, can import third-party IOCs even in the system to perform the IOC sweep. So EDR Optimum altogether reduces and simplifies the entire response procedures. So how it really works. So first thing that it requires is that the Kaspersky Security Center server is deployed and the target computers are using Kaspersky endpoint protection. So all the endpoints in general scenario are connected to the Kaspersky Security Center. When the EDR Optimum is added on top of that, what happens is that the EDR Optimum extends the overall visibility on the endpoints itself. So the EDR Optimum automatically collects the telemetry, which is based on the Kaspersky endpoint detections, and provides the root cause analysis and response actions like isolate the host, quarantine the file, or prevent the file from running, etc. And then furthermore, adding on top of that your the indicator of compromise or IOCs from the external system, this is also possible. So whenever a particular external IOC is matched, the EDR Optimum system can show you the results about the matched IOC. So this is how it will look like in the security center. This is the incident card, which is created based on the EDR Optimum telemetry. So here you can see the full details about the threat that was discovered. The first start shows that the action, what was performed by the endpoint on the particular threat. Here it shows it's blocked. And then there are the incident card also creates the threat information chain, a kind of a process tree that was created based on the object behavior and the telemetry received from the endpoint. And furthermore, it contains the incident details, where the file was found, what is the timestamp, what was the user, what was the operating system. And then furthermore information about the detected object is also added. It's like what was the command line parameter, process ID that was running, and if the user is a privileged user or not a privileged user. So with this simplified incident card, this IT security administrator with the very best level of knowledge can immediately understand about the threat and can immediately take actions on the discovered threat. So this concludes the EDR Optimum part. Now I'm going to start the Kaspersky Industrial Cybersecurity. So when we look at the Gartner Adaptive Security Framework, we primarily focus on the framework when we talk about the securing the OT environment or industrial cybersecurity in general. What we do here is that we not only try to strengthen the prediction and the prevention capabilities of the customer, but we also focuses on the strengthening the capabilities in the detection and the response area, considering that the OT environment is way different and not considered as a typical IT environment. It has a lot of differences. When looking specifically, when we look at specifically to our customer base, we have a quite huge number of customers globally in 21 countries, and this number is definitely growing. In the Gartner report, you can see that here is that the Kaspersky Industrial Cybersecurity Solution was cited in 4 categories compared to our competitors. Those competitors were only found in only 2 of the categories in the report. So this really means that the Gartner with our Gartner report together with our customer review ratings, the KICS receive the highest level ratings. Considering the threat landscape in the OT environment, Kaspersky offers not only products and services. So these products includes our specialized solution for endpoint protection in the industrial system. We call it KICS for nodes. We have a KICS for networks, a security center for centralized management. In the services part, we have Kaspersky security awareness, security trainings, security assessment, incident response service, and threat intelligence services. Let's dive into the Kaspersky industrial cybersecurity solution. So let us look at the what is KICS or cybersecurity solution from Kaspersky and what is built for and what it keeps in mind. So one of the primary focus in the solution is the OT intrusion detection, which focuses highly on the APT. APTs even at the lowest level. It looks at the ICS protocols, the deep packet inspection, as well as very specific signatures that our CERT experts have developed. In terms of the asset inventory, a lot of organizations have very segregated, or we call them air gap networks, which limits the visibility across these networks. So in these cases, the organization does not have a full visibility of what they are running, what kind of devices that exist in these networks. So the solution sits passively and detects passively all the OT components and their communication and creates a virtual map and the asset inventory. That is much easier for the security administrator to understand what are the devices and what kind of communication is happening. Then comes the endpoint protection itself. Obviously, the endpoint systems in the OT environment are typically, in most cases, running on the legacy system. Using a traditional endpoint protection solution on such computers may lead to a performance issue or maybe some service interruption. So choosing a security software for such system is very crucial component. Here, this is where the Kaspersky KICS for nodes comes into the picture. KICS for networks. KICS for networks, like I said earlier, it sits passively into the network, simply discovering the assets and mapping them out in a form of a nice virtual map. Beyond that, it also has the ability to perform deep packet inspection. It looks at each and every packet, builds a sort of a baseline within the network, what is normal, what is abnormal behavior, and when the abnormal activity is detected, it triggers the alarm in the system, which can be analyzed by the security officer. Once the solution completes the asset discovery, or once the organization feels that the asset discovery is complete, the solution has the capability to detect the unauthorized devices and the communication discovered within that network. KICS for nodes. Like I said earlier, a lot of OT environments are still running on legacy system. Upgrading them to the newer system is a very tedious job. It's painful. It's not possible in some cases. So installing again a typical protection software or traditional IT endpoint protection will not be very helpful here, because either it will not support such legacy operating system, or it may impact the overall performance or may interrupt the crucial functions of the system. So the KICS for nodes solution is specially designed considering such systems. It also supports the legacy systems, and which is armed with the state-of-the-art anti-malware components and the advanced security features such as log inspector, exploit prevention, file integrity checking for SCADA systems, Wi-Fi control, firewall management. The log inspection component here plays a very important role, that it inspects and analyzes the system logs, and if any anonymous or malicious behavior or brute force attack is detected, the system will automatically detect, automatically generate an alert for the security administrator. Anti-crypto detects and prevents the crypto-like or ransomware-like activity from happening. Kicks services. We have quite a huge services, and especially designed or crafted or built for the industrial cybersecurity. Starting with the training and awareness part is where we deliver on-site or can be online interactive training and cybersecurity games for employees interacting with the industrial system on a daily basis. And further to enhance their knowledge, we also provide some ICS digital forensics trainings for the professionals that are operating such systems. Vulnerability research and malware threat intelligence is also provided, which is machine readable and can be incorporated with any of the SIEM solutions. On top of that, security assessment services, from be it penetration testing, overall security, cybersecurity assessment, APT reports, SOC or CERT consultancy. This is all delivered by Kaspersky, including the incident response and forensic services by Kaspersky. From the threat intelligence part, we also do a lot in the threat intelligence area, especially when it comes to the industrial cybersecurity. We provide both machine readable and human readable information. The threat feeds that we provide are unique and proprietary for ICS threats, related to ICS threats. These information is discovered by our specialized researchers, by our CERT team, and this information of these threat data feeds can be directly integrated into most of the SIEM solutions. Reports, as part of the APT reports specific to the ICS, they are based on the Kaspersky ICS research. The reports really helps the analyst to understand the threat, what attackers are trying to accomplish, who they are targeting, what vulnerabilities they are trying to exploit, etc. What specific, even the specific industry they are trying to target. The report also contains a lot of actionable data for the technical specialists, security researchers, and the developers. Now, in regards to the compliance coverage, the Kaspersky Industrial Cybersecurity Solution covers all of the compliance requirements of the solution. Regarding the FR4, which is primarily linked to the internal processes that the customer has to formulate and develop, and these cannot be covered by any product itself. In other words, I would say that the solution got you covered. Based on the Gartner insights, our customers are happy, are super happy. This is because we deliver what we promise. Everything that we have developed in Kaspersky is developed by the Kaspersky own people. and it's heavily tested and verified in different environments and in different areas. So that's all. That's all from my side. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day.